So we're starting to get an idea of what our offense will look like. And we won't know for sure till after the draft, till the training camp and all that stuff. But a little reckless hypothesis at this stage of the career, I think, is worth it. We know our quarterback. We know our offensive coordinator. We know our head coach. We know our number one weapon. It's going to be Brock Bowers. We know I still don't know if Jacoby will be our X or not, but he's currently the best wide receiver. He's currently the best wide receiver on the roster. And you got a speedster in Trey Tucker, and you've got a really good left tackle. You've got a surging right tackle, and you've got a second-year, potential 10-year Pro Bowler in Jackson Powers Johnson at center, and two guards that I'm very disappointed that aren't going to be much. And then right this second, a running back room that still leaves us wanting. So with all these pieces, Soto, what do you envision the offense looking like next season?
I think the offense looks a lot different than it does right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need to put a lot of those spots in pencil, very light pencil. Because
even number 2, a 1.5.
1.5, yeah, one of those mechanical ones that like the lead always breaks because it's so thin. We're gonna have I like Trey Tucker too, but when you dive into his numbers, he's not a very good wide receiver as far as creating separation, yards after catch percentage. He was the worst in routes run per target in the NFL. He ran over 660 routes. He had like 81 targets.
Mm-hmm.
That's abysmal.
Yeah.
Because he just didn't get open. He didn't create separation. And when he did catch the ball, he didn't run after the catch. It's like, how much separation, how well are you making yourself a target to catch the ball? And when you do get the ball, what do you do after you catch it? He was terrible at both.
Yeah.
So I hope that he can progress, but as far as being like he's almost like a fair catch guy. You just throw it down there, he catches it and drops it. He drops, and like right there, you get the ball. There's no run after catch ability with him whatsoever, or he hasn't shown any. So
yeah.
we definitely need upgrades. The guys that are saying, "Oh, we have Trey," dude, you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm glad.
I'm not saying I know everything, but no, we need more at the receiver spot.
Well, that is 1,000% true. And I'm not saying we lean on Trey Tucker by any. I'm not saying like, well, we have Trey Tucker, we don't need to worry about it. That's not at all what I'm saying. But I am saying, kind of similar to like everything on the offense last season with Luke Getsy, 2 quarterbacks that aren't known for their deep ball, just atrocious setup. Trey Tucker also didn't give himself any. He didn't do himself any favors, and also wasn't given very many favors. I feel like again with Luke Getsy, it's like, here's my system, here's what I know, do it. Whereas Chip is very flexible. Trey has some very usable skill sets. The guy can fly, right? And I feel like Chip is going to be better at isolating and maximizing what Trey Tucker can do. Again, I'm not saying he's going to be our QB1 or wide receiver 1 or a starter or 1,000 yard, nothing like that. But I think he was underutilized with what he did well.
Yes.
And I think Chip could maximize what he does well, as opposed to just Getsy, just like, yeah, go out there and run fast and do this shit. So I'm with you there.
I agree. No, the one thing is you can't bank on Trey Tucker being so much better than he was just because you feel that he is going to. You do need to upgrade at the position.
All you can bank on is that he's got the speed to clear out lanes. Like that is we can count on that max. That's the maximum we can like say he can do that. Anything more, it's going to be Chip working with him, trying to get him to do that. And Geno too. Geno's got a fucking rocket, man. Like, you can find those windows.
A really good arm, dude. I didn't realize how good of an arm he had.
Yeah.
And I look at some of his. Oh, all right. He's bigger than I think he was too. He's a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
He can get out there, and he doesn't have a lot of wear on his body. He's pretty much 6-7 years of not getting hit.
I wonder how much Chip's going to have Geno run. How much RPO are we going to do? How much of that plays off
it would be irresponsible not to.
Well, how much is the question, right? Yeah. Is it how much do you risk Geno's, is it how much do you risk Geno in that situation, right? It'll be 35 this season. And he's had really good injury luck. Like all the years in Seattle didn't miss one game. I don't think he missed a snap. Don't quote me on that, but he didn't miss a game. For a running quarterback in his mid-30s, pretty goddamn durable, right? Let's put that to work.
He's mid-30s in number only. Like I said, he's pretty much Sam Darnold's age as far as football, like
wear and tear
wise.
Yeah. All those years on the bench. The run game, and I said this when we got Chip, I'm like, I can't guarantee it's going to be awesome or like way better, but I can't guarantee it's going to be fun as shit. Like, it's going to be fun. Like, there's going to be a lot of moving around. There's going to be a lot of misdirection, a lot of like, I didn't know you can mix those three schemes together. That's awesome. And then he'll take what you just saw that was awesome, and then 3 games later, add the fourth on top of it and keep developing it in a way you've never seen it before. That's awesome. And I think Raheem Mostert is exactly the kind of guy that can do that. If we added just a really good running back in the draft, I almost like our running back. Now that's right. It's like, oh yeah, everyone just wants like a stud running back. Like, okay, duh, RJ. But if you do that, I like Zamir as a short yardage guy. I like Sincere McCormick as, if he gets healthy, I think he overplays his contract and his position. And Mostert can do almost anything, right? A little older, but he can, even 80% of his prime is still he can do anything. That running back room.
He's a low 4.3 40 guy coming out of college. If he lost a step, what is he, a 4.4 running back now?
Yeah, like catch the ball, right? Like,
look,
this
Chip Kelly knows how to get players in space. And that's what Mike McDaniel did really well with Raheem Mostert 2 years ago, was he got him the ball in space, and more so in the receiving game than anything, to be able to get him to put pressure on the second level and third level of the defense. And he was just fast enough to be able to outrun him. That's why he scored so many touchdowns. He wasn't all rushing touchdowns. He had a lot of receiving touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. And then the offense is going to run through Brock Bowers. And if it doesn't, we riot. Brock everywhere. Line him up as tight end, put him as a wing, line him up outside, put him in the backfield, have him wildcat it. I don't care. Have him line up as center and do something weird, right? Have him do a handstand in the backfield and then go from there. Like Chip Kelly dreaming up shit to do with Brock Bowers has got to be just smiling in front of his monitor, just giggling like a school.
Are we talking about football stuff?
Use your imagination, whatever he wants.
All the above.
Get weird with it. Brock is such a soldier. He wouldn't care.
Hey, Chips, coach, what are you doing? Those are my pants.
I'm the coach, Brock. This makes you better at football. Okay, whatever you say. Here we go.
Is this called the Sandusky? I wanted to get a freaking reference that had a lot of S's in it, and just so happened that Sandusky has quite a few.
Worked out perfectly. Thank you, Sandusky. Contributing to the Autumn Windbags more and more and more. And then O-line. If there's one weakness with Chip Kelly's schemes, it's his pass protection, because he's always just like, I just want all 5 guys out there doing all their cool shit. And then all this misdirection, reverse, lateral, all this shit, that just takes time. And the more time that's happening, that means the longer you have to hold your blocks. So this is hopefully Chip is aware of that, because unless this line gets these guards specifically, unless we drastically upgrade these guards, there's going to be two liabilities in the center of that O-line. I know Spytek's so high on Kappa. It's crazy. The way we're talking about Chip Kelly, jerking off to Brock Bowers, that's Spytek with Alex Kappa. He thinks he's the world of him. But that would be, at least stylistically right this second, my chief concern. Is the line trying to maintain all the cool shit Chip Kelly wants to do?
Yeah. I mean, it is a concern of mine. I don't know that it's even the top 3 for me. It is one.
My number one.
But it's no. corner.
Because it leads into everything. Oh, I meant offense.
Offensively,
When we're talking offense.
It's my third one. Receiver, we need another receiver desperately. Running back, Raheem Mostert has shown you that if you give him the workload of workload like a what do they call it, a workhorse back, he's going to get hurt.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what team he's on. If you give him too many touches, he's going to get hurt. So you need to have another bell cow back and have Raheem Mostert be not just a third down guy, but like more of a change of pace type of guy that can receive the ball out of the backfield more. Because if you give him too much of a workload, he's 100% going to get hurt. He's shown it every single season. He's gotten hurt. So those two, because I don't think that the offensive line is terrible the way it is constructed now. It's definitely not as good as it can be, or as good as we want it to be. But definitely, our running back room is not as good as we need it. We need it to be, and our receiving core is not as good as we need it to be, for sure.
And if your O line is Swiss cheese, it doesn't matter who your X's are running back.
And again, you're assuming that they're going to be Swiss cheese. They're not Swiss cheese.
Kappa and Parham aren't good, and especially and Chip Kelly's system demands.
That's where we differ.
Chip Kelly's system demands a lot of their O line.
Are they great? No, they're not great, but they're not bad.
They're below average.
They're about average. I would say they're about average.
And in a Chip system where he demands you to stretch and be better, they're going to look even worse.
Well, that's in Parham's favor. He's more of a better on the move than he is anchoring. You know, that's not really his deal. That's one of the reasons why he looked so shitty against compared to Jackson Powers Johnson, because that's Jackson Powers Johnson. He's a freaking road grader. He's going to just knock everything over in his path.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just where we differ. I think that you see a lot less of the offensive line as it is now. I mean, we both agree it needs to have an upgrade, but I don't think it's terrible the way it looks right now.
And it's not like we have a awesome blocking fullback to pick up some of that slack. It's not like we have a huge primarily blocking tight end to pick up some of that slack either. You know, these five guys are going to be more or less on their own, right? Your number one tight end, he needs to be running routes, right? Or at least be a decoy. That's right. We know that about Brock. You shouldn't be just lined up next to Glaze blocking half the plays.
Dude, I saw Brock last season in the red zone, lined up at fullback, and he blocked. I'm like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you putting him in there to get his freaking bell rung? Don't do that.
I like that. I wasn't against it if it's extremely sparingly, because then you put in the next defensive coordinator's mind, all right, he's in the backfield. That doesn't mean he's getting the ball. And then you run him out and do a wheel route the next time. I'm with you. Don't make that a regular thing. Don't think we need a fullback, we'll have Brock do it. Don't make that a component of the offense. Make it a cute novelty twice a season just to keep defenses honest. He might just block, but he'll probably run a wheel route or a screen or a shuffle pass to him or whatever the fuck he's thinking up that Brock can easily pull off. I want Brock doing one of every possible thing you can do on offense at least once this season. I want him in Wildcat. I want him blocking. I want him taking a bubble screen. I want him taking a pitch.
Bubble screen.
I want him running a go route from the X. I want him taking a hook and ladder. I want him doing every possible thing an offensive player in football can do at least once, just to drive defensive coordinators up the goddamn wall. How do we prep for this guy? And let's say we even prepped perfectly for him. How do we cover him? That's Brock.
Exactly.
I want him punting. I want him I want him to play defense a couple plays, just to throw everyone off. I want him to suit up in a cheerleading outfit for the pregame show, just to throw everybody off. Every little thing he can do. I want him calling a few games for a play or two. Freak him out. It's Brock Bowers. Hey, you made it to the end of our video. Great job. I know you want more. Go ahead and click the next video. And if you're feeling crazy, go ahead and subscribe.